Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss regarding distance time graph. Before going actually, distance time graph of an object which is under uniform motion, non-uniform motion, uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration. Let us learn some basic mathematical concepts which are very useful in this distance time graph or velocity time graph relations. Consider this graph. See what this graph indicates. It is obvious distance versus time graph. On y-axis, I have taken distance and x-axis, I have taken time, right? And there is this one line which is passing through the origin. This line is passing through the origin. Now, actually, what this line is indicating or what this line indicates is as time is increasing, as the time is increasing, the distance traveled by the object, it is also increasing. As time will progress, distance traveled by that object is also, it will also increase. Now, in this case, about this distance time graph, if I want to find out the slope of this line, now I want to find out the slope of this line. How I will find out the slope of this line? Some mathematical concept you know that simply this line and this axis in between the angle is theta. So tan of that theta I will take tan of theta is equal to this perpendicular distance divided by this base. Ratio of this perpendicular distance and the base I will take. So I can find out the slope of this line. Now, instead of taking this perpendicular and the base ratio, actually this perpendicular distance is nothing but what? Delta y. And what is delta y? Delta y is y2 and y1. y2 minus y1. The difference between the y2 minus y1 is nothing but delta y. And what is delta x? Delta x is nothing but x2 minus x1. Difference between x2 and x1 is nothing but delta x. So delta y I can write as delta y divided by delta x. I can write it as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So slope I can write like this also. Slope is equal to tan of theta also. And slope I can write like slope is equal to delta y by delta x also. Now actually in this graph we have taken on y-axis as a distance and on a x-axis we have taken time. So if you are saying delta y, here on this graph, delta y is nothing but delta s or change in distance delta s, and delta x is nothing but delta t. Delta t is what? Time interval or change in time. Here it is distance. Here delta y is change in distance and here delta t means change in time interval. So delta y is delta s and delta t is nothing but delta x, right? Now slope is nothing but delta s divided by delta t. So change in displacement divided by the change in time. But what is actually change in displacement divided by change in time? Yes, obviously it is velocity. Because what is the basic formula of the velocity? Velocity is equal to displacement divided by time or distance divided by time. See, there is one video we have discussed some universal truths where we are saying distance and displacement can be equal. Right. So considering that universal truth, I am saying here velocity we can write as a distance divided by time also and displacement divided by time also. So here, if I calculate the slope of this line under distance time graph, it will give me the velocity or it will give me the magnitude of the velocity. Slope of this line, slope of the line in distance time graph. Remember, this is distance time graph. The slope of this line will give me the velocity. Now, if I consider the shaded area or triangular area, and if I want to find out the area of this triangle, what is the basic formula for it? To find out the area of the triangle, it is 1 half base into height, right? In this case, for this triangle or this shaded area, consider the shaded area. For this shaded area, what is the base? Base is nothing but delta x or nothing but delta t, and height is nothing but this perpendicular distance means delta y or nothing but delta s. Remember delta y in this graph, in this distance time graph, this delta y is nothing but change in distance and delta t is nothing but change in time interval. So how we make use of this area of the triangle, that we will discuss in next video. So this is about distance time graph. In distance time graph, if you find the slope of this line, then that slope is nothing but the magnitude of the velocity, right? Thank you.